What's going on, awesome people? Welcome to another episode of Awesome People Instagram Live. My name is Iman Hushmand, and tonight, special guest, one of my longtime friends, one of the most patriotic people that I know. His name is Arsia Rozegar. He is the author of Shahnameh for Kids. I'm going to have him explain what Shahnameh for Kids is. But if you've been following me for a while, I've had him on multiple times in the past for multiple reasons. Why? Because first of all, I believe that what he's doing needs to always be promoted and shared, and other Iranians should want to proudly share everything he's doing, because what he's doing is extremely unique. He's truly a one of one out there in the world, doing whatever he can through the stories of Shahnameh, passing it down to a younger generation of not just Iranians, but non-Iranians. But again, I'm going to have Arsia share that story, so whenever he pops on, we're going to bring him on. But actually, let me tell some people that we're doing this live. I forgot to tell my people. Anyways, good evening. How are you? Hopefully, wherever you're joining for, you guys are all doing wonderful. If you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, on Monday, July 3rd, by the way, Arsia John, please click the request to join button so that we can get you on board here. If you don't know yet, on Monday, July 3rd, we're having the Azadi Festival. It's a 12-hour experience, the best of Iranian culture, entertainment, activists, food, music, dance, poetry. I mean, if you love Iran, if you love our culture, if you love unity, if you're not Iranian, but you want to learn about other cultures, such as Iranian culture, Azadi Festival in DC is a place to be. If you can't be there in person at Shipgarten in Tysons, Virginia, it's going to be live streamed, the 12-hour program, 1:11 p.m. to 1:11 a.m. It's going to be incredible, and we have about 30 ambassadors so far that are doing everything possible to help make this experience, it's beyond an event, this experience a success. One of those people is Arsia Rozegar. So if anybody's wondering, like, wait a second, Arsia again? Yes, first of all, he's super awesome. And second of all, he's helping out with the whatchamacallit. He's going to go ahead and join us. We had some issues yesterday with IG Live. I hope we don't have it anymore in connecting with people. There he is. درود بر شما.
درود بر شما ایمان جان.
How are you, brother? خوب هستی؟
Danisi, merci.
Always a pleasure to see you virtually. You know, I was just telling the viewers that, you know, you've been on our guests in the past multiple times, but I'm like, you know what? More and more people need to know about your story. But today is a little bit different, because not only do we get to share the great thing that you're doing with Shahnameh for Kids, but we get to talk about Azadi Festival and what we got planned for the children coming to Azadi Festival. So lots to talk about, but in case anybody here hasn't had the pleasure of knowing who you are and what you do, go ahead and give a little background to our viewers, please.
So my name is Arsia Rozegar. I'm the creator and author of Shahnameh for Kids. It's a children's book series retelling the myths and legends from Ferdowsi's Shahnameh in English. So it's a series of books that I've done, and it's been a really fantastic experience. I'm happy to share our fantastic stories with the new generation, but not just the new generation, but non-Iranians as well. So it's good that everybody should learn about these amazing stories. So that's kind of what I do. And like you said, I'm really excited to be joining you in this fantastic Azadi Festival. I'm really happy to be a part of this.
Yeah, man. I think the DC community and any community would really benefit from having something like this. And but before I get to Azadi Festival, one more thing. What inspired you to get started with Shahnameh for Kids? You know, like, there's so many things that you could be putting your creative mind towards. Why did you think that I want to create something for children to learn about Shahnameh and all these great stories about Iranian mythology, I guess?
Well, I guess it goes in part with the kind of person I am. I'm creative. I love to draw. I love stories and heroes and myths and legends. I love comic books too. I was a big comic book fan, and I loved the art of comic books so much that it's eventually what I became as a professional. I ended up working for Marvel Comics I worked on comic books like Iron Man. I worked on The Incredible Hulk. I worked on X-Men. So I had years and years of professional experience of this pop media, this like sequential art, kind of comic book style storytelling. Not just as a fan, but as a professional. And I came to the U.S. when I was just a baby. I wasn't even 2 years old yet. And growing up here, there really wasn't anything that properly represented Iranian culture for someone like me growing up outside of Iran. And even when it was found somewhere, it was often misrepresentation, or sometimes it was even racist at times. So there's nothing that properly represented me and my culture in a way. So I figured, what I know, what I can do well, why not just create something for someone like little Arsia that didn't have these books? So just create something fun that people can kind of enjoy and appreciate, because these stories are really amazing when you really learn about them and study them, for sure.
I love it. And like a little fun story, last weekend we were at Shipgarten, which is the venue for the Azadi festival, and my family was there because it was my cousin's graduation, and then I was introducing Arsia to a couple of family members, and then I introduced him to my aunt, and I was like, yeah, Arsia, he's the author of Shahnameh. I feel like I always have to say that because I'm so proud of you, Arsia, for what you do, that every time that I introduce you, I want to make sure that everybody knows that. And then my aunt is like, I think I bought one of your books, or maybe I think I got it for her anyways. But the point is that, like, it was just so great to see other people in the community that are already exposed to your books and that their children are using it. So what you set out to do, Arsia, you've already done an incredible job.
Thank you.
And now, for Azadi Festival, you decided to be an ambassador, which anybody who's here, if you want to become an ambassador of Azadi Festival, there's a link in my bio on 4 ways that you can support the Azadi Festival. And one of them is an ambassador. Ambassador, basically, you help promote the event, and you're integrally involved in the organization, the planning, the ideating, and just coming up with as many creative ways to make the festival one that not just Iranians, but the community can be proud of. And Arsia is one of our ambassadors, so he's actively involved in multiple elements, but rightfully so, he's helping be one of the leads of the Kids Corner. So Arsia, I know we're still working on certain things with the great team that we have in the Kids Corner chat, but what are some of the things that you have envisioned and planned for the Kids Corner at Azadi Festival?
So I have a few things. We have a few things planned. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be family oriented. And I'm going to do a few of the activities. I did the Shahnameh for Kids summer camp last year. So we're going to do a few activities from the Shahnameh for Kids summer camp. Like, we're going to have story times. We're going to have art crafts. We're going to have pin the tail feather on Seymour. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be dance, lots of fun activities for the entire family. I want to emphasize how much it's going to be a really fun family fun-filled event. We have so far planned at this moment.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I mean, at the very least, you're going to be doing some storytelling, of course, but we are looking for other ways to make it more creative, which is why if anybody who's watching here, especially if you're from the DC area and you have some creative ways that you think that you can make an entire Kids Corner more entertaining and fun and educational, then please message us or click the link in the bio for more information about participating. But it's more than just a corner. That entire massive playground area is going to be dedicated with a nice stage right there. We're hoping to have a lot of different performances. I think Ashley Zara, who's coming from California, she was suggesting doing some kind of like Persian dance, right? Something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know exactly what they have planned, but from what they were talking about, it sounds like a lot of fun. I'd want to partake too, personally, but it sounds like it's going to be a fun a dance thing they're going to do for the kids. I won't be leading that. Just a heads up.
I was really looking forward to you shaking your bonbon on this one. Actually, but let me ask you this, because the whole goal of these IG lives is obviously let people know that what we're doing, but hopefully attract more like-minded people, so that we get more people and make it a much better event. Why did you agree to become an ambassador of Azadi Festival? Tell us why you thought it was important for you to be a part of it and be not just a presenter for 10 minutes, but actually be like, hey, you know what? I actually want to help make this an epic event. So share your perspective.
Um, I love our community, and I love everything that our culture represents. From all the different spectrums of our culture, I love it all, and I think Azadi Festival is the perfect opportunity to kind of bring this to the forthright, while also raising awareness as to what we're doing right now and what we're going through as far as in the motherland specifically. So I think this is a great event that we can all come together, enjoy the best things of our culture, rafts, the music, the art, the food, the craftsmanship. I can probably go on about. We all know why Iranian culture is so fantastic. So I think it's a great opportunity that we can kind of bring this out. I forgot the poetry too. Bring this all out and just celebrate it.
And why do you think it's important to do this?
I think I don't know. I just feel like it's a part of me. It's I feel like if you love Iran, you have to celebrate it, and you have to come together and really represent, for lack of a better word. Just gotta represent, and I don't know. It's just the representation of who you are and the agency you have, and how you can reflect your culture. I think is really important, and that's why I feel like compelled, and I've always felt compelled. I've always felt like a responsibility of showing folks what the really run is, as opposed to, I don't even want to get into that, but I feel like I've always had a responsibility of projecting how beautiful our culture is, and that's part of why I did Shahna for Kids, and I think Azadi Festival's the perfect day to kind of just shine as a culture.
What do you think that like we can do as a community to be a little bit more united and to get more people like backing something like this? Like I feel like that's always the biggest challenge, is like, do we have enough people that are going to come and purchase tickets? Do we have enough people that are going to be vendors? Do we have enough people that want to come and present and just in some shape or form hold one part of this tapestry and raise it with pride? Like what do you think we can do better or should be doing better as a community to galvanize the community?
Goodness, to be frank, I don't know if I have an answer for that question. I can only speak for myself as, what I do with what are my intention. And as far as everybody else, I really can't say it, specifically the Iranian community. It's tough to say. I guess, I don't know. It's a tough question, really. And
I guess this, right? I mean, this is like pretty much what we're doing is the best thing that we can do to give those people that are thinking about getting involved to at least this is the opportunity. I mean, like, I keep on saying, like, this is almost kind of like a test for the community, meaning like we're rooting for the community to pass this test. And what's the test? The test is participate, join, bring your family, tell your friends, like if you know somebody that can benefit, like for example, a business that, like for example, like you are an ambassador, but the way I see it, you're also an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur that has decided to allocate his time, his resources, his money, his a lot of his free time to build a business and a brand. And why not have it be a business that helps educate people about the great stories of Ferdowsi Shahnameh? Like at the end, you're also a entrepreneur, and entrepreneurs should be supported, especially those that are doing things that are benefiting the community. And so I know there's a lot of people, a lot of Iranians out there that have a business, have a product, have a service that in some shape or form is promoting Iranian culture, or in some shape or form it like instills an Iranian element, and that's really what I'm proud of, the fact that like we have all these ambassadors that are on board with this, and hopefully the more that we have conversations like this, the more that we can encourage other people to come in, right?
yeah, very, very much so. I think, like you said, this festival is a good opportunity for artists and aspiring artists to come and present themselves and show what what can they do culturally as well. But you can go more specific. What do we have in mind as far as the crafts and the vendors? So we're gonna have a kids section, you said,
Yeah, we're gonna have,
and we're gonna have the stage.
yeah, we're having a kids section, different stage. We're actually, because in today's call with all the ambassadors that could make it, we're having a Sonati room. We're kind of making a not like an interactive. I guess it is called an interactive, but we want to make that whole tent a place where it's like Persian rugs. It's got Persian, like the cushion, the seat areas. It's got samovar. It's got somebody in traditional Iranian clothing pouring the chai. Have some santur instrumental traditional music playing in the background. Have a little bit of falude. Have a little bit of like sharbat. Like an immersive experience. That's the word that I was looking for. We wanted to be like the ultimate place for feeling like you're in like old school Iran, in the middle of a bazaar, and you just kind of going somewhere. You're having a little bit of qayyun, and it becomes a place where then you can kind of take some nice selfies and say, "Damn, that was the closest thing that I had to being in Iran." And it's sad that we have to like play an imaginary game almost, where
Yeah.
why would we just not want to be there? But obviously we can't right now. And so this is like kind of the next best thing. Like we really are trying to create the best that we can with what we have, which is honestly why like we need more people to help out, in whatever capacity that they can, because the Sonati room has potential of being a pretty great thing. On the main stage, we're going to be having a variety of things such as poetry. We're going to have some, of course, in Persian poetry. We'll have some translated poetry. We're going to have some musical performances. We're going to have singing performances. We're going to be having dancing performances. We're having Ashley from LA flying in. We have Shaheen Samadi, who's been rapping all about Iran and anti-regime for the last 9 months. He's coming all the way from LA to perform. And I'm just very grateful for these individuals from across the country and Canada and Netherlands, like Ravin, that are in some shape or form helping out in making this Azadi festival something like epic and memorable and entertaining and cultural. Man, I just realized we have a lot of work to do. It's like all this stuff is great, but it's just a lot of work, And so
I can't wait, to be frank with you. I know there's a lot of work involved to put this together, no doubt, but I can't wait till that day.
It's cool. And I want to give a shout out to Moby Dick, who, has
Nice.
they have 30 locations or so in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. They're allowing us to promote this entire event in those 3 areas. It's really amazing that in the 30 areas, it's amazing to be able to kind of reach so many Iranians and non-Iranians who frequent their restaurants on a daily basis. So if you're in the DC area, in a few days, every time you go to Moby Dick, you're going to see a big Azadi poster. You're going to see a lot of postcards. Grab some postcards and go share it with your friends. And as far as online, help spread the word. Share the flyers, guys. Share the videos. We're going to be sharing a pretty epic promo video tomorrow that we've been working on. And I don't know, man. I'm excited. It's a lot of work. There's going to be a lot of imperfections, Arsia, but what I take away from this is the friendships that are being built. I mean, look right now, these 30 ambassadors, many of which we didn't know each other 2-3 weeks ago, And so I just see a lot of harmony between us.
Yeah, it's really great. We have so many talented people in the community, I feel like. And just the two musical artists you just mentioned, super talented. I can't wait to see them live. So it's going to be really exciting for sure.
And everything is going to be live streamed for 12 hours. So no matter where you are on the planet, you're going to be able to enjoy it. And we're doing like pretty dope production. I mean, we're going to have a crane. We're going to have multiple cameras. Our producers in the back end, we're doing a lot of work to make sure that it's as if you're watching a MTV award show caliber production. Obviously, we wish that we had $1 million production budget, but for what we have, we're going to be putting on a wonderful show. So if anybody is not in the DC area, one of the biggest takeaways that I want you to have from all these conversations that we're having is that you have the power to, first of all, enjoy it, but more importantly, to make an impact and make sure that this program is reached by a lot of people. So it truly is an ultimate unifying experience where we get to embrace our culture, celebrate our culture, and also amplify, of course, what's happening with regards to the revolution in Iran. You know, like that's really something that is equally important in all of this. There's a cultural element, of course. There's a unity element, of course. That's amazing. But we're all coming together to make sure that we remember the people back in Iran. So that's really what the real fight is all about, and what the catalyst of the Azadi festival was, you know?
For sure, yeah. Definitely we have to keep in mind and keep it focused as to what where our heart's at and what we're really there with. One thing I wanted to bring up was also it's going to be Tirgan, everybody. So
Yes.
we gotta at least celebrate Tirgan, our ancient holiday Tirgan. So what perfect way than Azadi Festival is to celebrate Tirgan.
This is a great time for you to let people know what is Tirgan and what's so special about it.
So Tirgan is an ancient Iranian celebration that highlights and celebrates Arash Kamangir, Arash the archer. And we have a fantastic tale of how Arash, basically he believed in himself, and there was a situation, I don't want to give the whole story away, but he had to shoot an arrow in an impossible amount of distance to kind of define what the border of Iran would be. And it was thought to be impossible, but he was able to do this task. And so there was a celebration, Tirgan, celebrating the legend of Arash Kamangir, Arash the archer. And so it's an ancient holiday. It goes back thousands of years, and it was almost forgotten. But our Zartoshti community would keep our ancient traditions relevant still, thankfully. But now it's making a comeback again. The more you try to suppress the beautiful Iranian culture, the more it's going to bloom and produce itself forthright. So Tirgan's making a comeback, and let's celebrate Tirgan. Let's celebrate Arash Kamangir. Let's celebrate Azadi, and let's celebrate Zindagi. So
couple of questions. Is it the same date every year? Because it falls on July 4th, which on this special occasion, Azadi Festival starts on Monday, July 3rd at 1:11 p.m. And then so at midnight, July 3rd, it becomes July 4th, which means that it's Tirgan at midnight. Is there a reason why it falls on 4th of July?
I'm not sure. I always have to check every year. I know it's early July, but I think I always have to check, just like I always have to check exactly when Nowruz is going to be. Yeah. So I'm sure maybe someone in Iran can tell us exactly when Tirgan happens. Yeah. Exactly. So that's a good question. That's something to look into for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna have some type of special presentation at midnight to mark the fact that we're officially in the Tirgan time frame. You know, so that's gonna be kind of cool. Maybe we can get a bunch of like bow and arrows, and everybody can shoot it up in the air for safety. You know?
I'm not sure how safe that would be, but it'd be pretty cool to do some sort of.
We can all be Arash Kamangir for that one moment at midnight. Well, yeah, man. I mean, listen, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. And for those of you who don't know, my goal is to have an Awesome People Instagram Live with every single ambassador that we have. And we already have about 30 ambassadors. If you want to become an ambassador, or if you want to become an ally, there's a couple of differentiations between the two. Click the link in my bio. Find out more about the 4 ways that you can support: ally, ambassador, vendor, or contributor. As far as vendor, we're looking for all Iranian vendors that are in some shape or form selling a product or service that is like Iran-centric. So think jeweler, think merchandise, think ties. Like there's somebody that's interested in being a vendor, and they create beautiful ties that they have, you know, tatted, kind of like what Arsia has behind it.
Tenement ties. Yeah, tenement, man. I love tenement.
Yeah, it's just beautiful type of designs, and yeah. So if you know somebody in the DC area or nearby that wants to come and have a booth there where they're supporting the vendors, the festival. But in turn, we are going to support as well, because then you're going to have Unite and Conquer and all the vendors, all the ambassadors, promoting all these business owners. So it's really a great opportunity to get some exposure, and also just being a part of a very special 12-hour period. So that's how we're looking forward to making an impact, not just locally, but also globally via the live stream. Anything else you want to add in there, Arsia John?
No, I just want to remind people, come on out. It's going to be a fun family event. There's going to be a kids section. And what I like about this is also it's going to be from 1:11 p.m. to 1:11 a.m. So you can come at any time that your preference is. Hopefully you can hang out for the entire day, because we'll have lots of fun stuff for the entire day, I'm sure, as far as the schedule, once the schedule gets released. But yeah, definitely come check it out. And also check out my books, genreforkids.com. Plug for my books for sure. Yeah, I'm really excited, Iman. I can't wait. I know it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really excited.
It's gonna be great, man. And if you guys want to follow the Shahnameh for Kids Instagram, it's by that name, Shahnameh for Kids, and I highly recommend that you all go check it out. It's really high quality books. I've seen them, I felt them, I've read them, so I know that they're really good quality, great cartoon drawings. I mean, it's literally what you would see from a American cartoon. So it's the best type of cartoon style quality of comic books that you're going to find out there. And I'm just happy for you, Arsia, that growing up you were able to work for all these major labels, from Marvel Comics. I mean, that's for an artist that loves comic books, and I'm sure you read a lot of them when you were growing up, to then be on the other side and create and be involved in that process. That must be a huge treat. And what a treat it is for the Iranian community that you took that experience working at the highest level of cartoon art, or I'm sorry if I'm not categorizing it correct.
It is, it's all art, pop art. I call it pop art. That's what I call it, pop art. But there's comics, cartoons, anime, manga. So you can really label it in different sub-labels. Yeah. So, but it's all pop art to me. So
yeah. So the way I look at it is that you could have easily gone and taken those talents to those different sectors, and then we would be missing out on everything that you're doing right over here. So you had a choice at a certain point, and you chose Iran. You chose culture. You chose being able to leave a legacy behind, and making sure that the next generation of Iranians, they get to enjoy the great stories of the great Ferdowsi Shahnameh. So, as always, brother, I salute you. I appreciate you. And thank you for always supporting the events that we've been producing in DC, and even on the live streams. You were part of the 24-hour live stream. You were part of the Nowruz events here in DC. And now we have the pleasure of having you as an integral part of the Azadi Festival, happening on Monday, July 3rd, at Shipgarten in Tysons. More information and tickets in my bio. Much love, Arsia.
Thank you for having me, man. Shabash.
Take care. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, as Arsia logged off, I just really want to kind of add just one little thing. This program, the Azadi Festival, I keep on saying it, it's for us, by us. The result of the Azadi Festival will be the result of the hambastagi, the hamkari, the trust, the respect, the love that we have for each other. The stronger this bond is, the better the communication is, the more people that decide, hey, you know what? I actually am not going to be on the sidelines. I want to be on the field. I want to be with the ambassadors. I want to represent, and I want to create this program. That's when we're going to be a success. What we would really want, we would want a couple of hundred ambassadors that go and bring a couple of thousand non-Iranians, so that we expose non-Iranians to who we are as people, so that we can change the narrative that the media has been spinning about our people for 44 years. And at the same time, we're going to be able to bridge a gap between Iranians and non-Iranians, so that other non-Iranians can keep on going around and saying, damn, those Iranians, they've done really great stuff over here, and we didn't even know about them. We didn't know about the culture. All we thought was that they're all mullahs. All we thought is that all they do is execute each other. You know what I mean? We have the power to change the mindset of other people, so that we don't have people like the Biden administration right now getting back to having nuclear talks with Iran. You know, Robert Malley should be fired. If he's not fired, if the U.S. administration and if the Western governments haven't done what we wanted to do, is because we haven't truly united the way that we should be doing it. So the Azadi Festival is really an opportunity for Iranians to show just how united we can be, which I know we can. But it really needs support, honestly. Like, there's no way that we're going to make shit happen if there is no financial contribution, if there are no vendors, if you're not buying tickets, if you're not donating, if you're not ambassadoring, if you're not allying, then guess what? July 3rd is going to be a dud. So for me, the way I look at it is that what we have built is incredible. Something I'm incredibly proud of. We have so many awesome uniters at Unite and Conquer. We now have amazing ambassadors for the Azadi Festival, but we need more. We should have, by the time I get on stage on July 3rd, my goal is to have 100 ambassadors, 100 people that have decided to make it their mission to make Azadi Festival a success. If we have 100 ambassadors, mark my word, it is going to be an epic event. Thousands of people are going to be there. We're going to be able to make a hell lot of noise about the woman life freedom movement. We're going to be able to educate, enlighten, appreciate, and celebrate our culture, and really just kind of be proud of all the great things that we, the Iranian people, past, present, and future, have to offer to this world. So really, we control our own destiny, ladies and gentlemen. I would appreciate everybody that's watching to do your part, to share the word about Azadi Festival. If you have the time to devote to make it even better, click the link in my bio right now. There are 4 ways that you can contribute and support to this program. Click on it, learn more about it. If you have more questions, message me, and I'd be happy to answer more questions. And then tomorrow, Friday, 11 a.m., I'm having another Awesome People IG Live. It's Mariam Aronson. She's one of our ambassadors. We're going to be talking to her. On Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, another ambassador, Ashley Zara, is going to be joining us. So we're going to continue to have these kind of IG Lives with every single ambassador, every single performer, every single vendor, because I believe it's my prerogative, it's my obligation to give major shout out, major love, major spotlight to anybody that is being a part of this program in any capacity. That's all. Arsia Rozegar, thank you so much for joining. Shabbat Mecher Bashe, Ba'omide, Azadi.